Hi guys, we're trying to do a quick update on the upstairs and downstairs. We're going to start with the upstairs and do a quick pre-harvest update. This plant is filled up with nice ripe orange cherry tomatoes, and all the others here, though Mama's got some of the riper big ones out. Now these guys are ripening nicely, and I managed to beat the bottom end rot by adding some magnesium through Epsom salts and making my watering more regular. They're lovely tomatoes. Look at how red those are. You can't buy those at market, man. Those are vine ripened organic loveliness. Now the ones in the tub are also doing really okay, and I've just tied all of these guys up, so that's why they're looking a little bit on the neat side. As you can see, it's really happy and green in there, everything growing nice and happily, and we've got a big couple of guys hiding back here as well. On the chili plant side, I've got a chili hiding back here. Let's see, where's that guy? Where are you? Here he is. See, that guy's starting to ripen up nicely now, whereas this guy, where did he go? Right here, is already a little overripe and getting along. Come on, here we are. There's the chili in question. Focus. There we go. So the cucumber plant is doing nicely. Mama just got a couple of cucumbers out of this right now. We'll take a look at it when we get downstairs. The bare trees, which I don't know what they're called in English, are doing pretty okay too. The pineapple has stuck its head out. Mama's pineapple dream finally is coming to pass. You see the beautiful looking head of the pineapple there starting to come out, and this guy right here, that's the pineapple, and he's going to come out of there at the end of a long stick. So that's going to be really cool when that starts to happen. These tomatoes are also doing pretty okay, though the plants are starting to die out. They've sort of killed themselves, given all of their energy over to making their fruit, which is very lovely. All of that fruit standing there ready. These cherry tomatoes also doing pretty okay, albeit the plants looking a little beat up. They've still got plenty of fruit on them that is sitting and maturing. All these tomatoes doing absolutely fabulous. And the last thing we look at upstairs, we took the cauliflowers out last week, just about last week. You could have seen that in the last update. And the onions are doing just well. And now let's go downstairs and see what it looks like there. Here we go with the aquaponic side of the update. First, let's take a look at Danny. Hey Danny, what's up Danny boy? Danny's a big hungry boy. Come on Danny. Oh yeah, that's Danny. Nice boy. Yes, good boy. So Danny's doing good and happily. As you can see, the little aquaponics also doing quite well, but it's the big one that's quite the note. I left it off for 24 hours quite by mistake, and in reaction the onions jumped up, and a few of them have actually gotten harvested and started getting put into my omelets, which is really nice. The tomatoes are, well, frankly giving me problems because they're now certainly too heavy for my rig. You can see that rig now all the way bending down because the plants are pulling it all the way down, and I think everything's starting to get a little tilted down in this direction because it's got some really big tomatoes, and I think this is evidence of the first one starting to ripen at long last. And there's a lot of bunches on them. I mean, there's those ones and those ones back there, and these ones over here and over there and over there and over there, and of course this is the premier big bunch over here. Now note that these guys are growing in aquaponics, which means completely without soil. I have these same plants growing upstairs on the roof, which you should have just seen as part of the update, and I just made this harvest from upstairs, which is a good bowl full. That's a good kilo of produce altogether. I figure at least 750 grams of beautiful red cherry tomatoes, a couple of cucumbers, and some larger tomatoes. Now the interesting thing is that now those are the cherries, and they're really nice and red. That's the big one. That's the biggest big one that I've got. It'll fit inside any one of these smaller ones right here, and these ones aren't even starting to ripen yet. So they're going to be some big tasty tomatoes when they get done. And lastly, we'll take a quick look at the other fish. They're also doing quite happily, quite hungrily. So the system all in all doing real well. Thank you guys for following the updates. I'm putting in some magic organic fertilizer which I got finished with upstairs. I'm going to apply it here right now. So next week's update should be a real good one. Just hit the subscribe button to make sure you get a notification when that gets uploaded. Remember to like and leave a comment. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. The Hoya vine, which I'd been wanting to take out, has started flowering. And that's some Hoya flowers up there and some down there, and there's a third stem down here and a fourth stem down there. So this guy's also doing really quite well, and all without soil on the power of fish food. Yay!